Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. We are super excited to be here with you guys live as we will be streaming live to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/pilottv, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So send out a message to one of those streams. It will shoot you out some luck as you get after this awesome bingo action ahead of us.
Absolutely. You definitely want to be getting enrolled in these awesome games of game day bingo. We have a lot of those great cash prizes on the line, and we want to give out as many jackpots as possible. Just yesterday, on that fantastic Monday, we were able to give out just a huge jackpot. And so we want to definitely highlight that lucky player as it ended up being our final game in that awesome lunchtime show that you guys are in right now. It was Not Dave playing over at VFW Spring Lake Park. That's right, Not Dave got to take home exactly $10,000 while playing yesterday in 51, or no, it was 41 balls that he was able to take home that awesome prize. Great job to Not Dave. That was a great jackpot we got to end our lunchtime show off
I
on.
mean, a huge surprise, that was for sure, as we did not
Yeah.
expect Dave to take that. 45 balls or less. It's only, I think, went out one other time at
Mm-hmm.
45 balls or less, so it's a pretty low likelihood to see it go out. But yesterday, it just so happened to happen for Not Dave, as 41 balls or less. Very impressive to be able to take home that jackpot win, and $10,000 hit your great iPad for that awesome, awesome win there. We're hoping to give out some great wins here, as that mega prize is still sitting at 45 balls or less for us. So maybe if not Dave or one of you other lucky players can repeat that same performance, you could take home that prize as well. We got a 50 ball or less major prize of $2,281 and a $49 minor jackpot sitting at 52 balls or less. Even if we miss out on all these jackpots, we do have a nice $12.70 Musco prize, as we have valuable right now 3 balls away.
Absolutely. We'll have to see if they're able to take away these great prizes. But if you guys want to stay up to date with when we have those great prizes on the line and everything in between, head on over to our Facebook page and give us a like and follow once you search up Pilot Games. You'll be able to stay up to date with everything going on prize wise, where those huge progressives are at, and even more there. You can utilize that link tree, or if you go and click our website link, it's got direct links to all of our social medias, all of our streaming platforms, and even all the locations around Minnesota that you guys can go and check out Pilot Games.
Yeah, but before we talk more about all that great social media action, we do have Valuable over at Palmer's House. They were leading the charge the majority of the way, and they're taking home $12.70 on that Musco prize in this game number one of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting enrolled into this game number two, as that minor prize clicks up from 52 to 54 balls or less, continuing to get more exciting as we get on through these awesome wild themed bingo games. But like Jordy was saying, a great Facebook page, as it keeps you up to date with all things Pilot Games. And it's just a click away for you guys, as all you got to do is search up Pilot Games. It's a great way to also get you in contact with all of our other social media pages, as there's a link on that link tree to those socials, as you can check out that Instagram, a great place to see those player pictures, as well as our Twitter as well. It's just awesome to have you guys just there and ready to take home prizes and staying up to date through that awesome Facebook page.
If you guys want to stay up to date with what to expect on your daily bingo schedule, we're going to run through the entirety of what the games you will have in store for you today. We get our bingo day started off each and every day with this game day bingo, where Ian and I come live Monday through Friday from this 12 to 1 time. We have a lot of fun during this time, giving out a ton of fun jackpots as we go after this minor, major, and mega jackpot. At 1 p.m., Ian and I will be going off air, and you guys will be jumping into your first opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo for the day. It's got over $109,000 on the line. You'll definitely want to be coming out for that awesome prize at 1 p.m. After that, you have some more game day bingo, where wherever these huge progressives have grown to at the end of this lunchtime show, you pick right back up and continue playing all the way until 4 p.m. today.
4 p.m., you'll switch back on over to that Lucky 4 Bingo. You'll get your second opportunity at that game, as that will be your, you'll get three opportunities today to take home that $109,000 prize. And if it didn't go out at one, it'll still be growing and rolling into that 4 p.m. opportunity. And that's the largest jackpot available today. And there is a little switch up to our normal bingo schedule today, as instead of playing Skull Bingo, we're switching on over to a game day bingo filled schedule, as instead of Skull Bingo that runs from 4 to 6, we'll be playing 23 games of game day bingo, working on that minor, major, and mega prize, whatever it's grown throughout the day. So should be some awesome opportunities from 4 to 6 p.m. 6 p.m., you'll get your final opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo, your final shot at $109,000, and it may be even bigger than that, as if it didn't go out at 1 or at 4 p.m.
Absolutely. And you guys definitely want to be coming out tomorrow, because that starts your first opportunity at Pilot Payday at 6 p.m. Just on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. are your only three opportunities for that Pilot Payday game. And you guys definitely want to be coming out for it, as it always has that $2,500 must-go prize on the line, just waiting to go out into one of your pockets. After that 6 p.m. game, you guys jump into a little bit more game day bingo that goes all the way from 6 till 10 p.m. But tonight you do have an awesome special night to interrupt it, as it is a Tuesday night. It's MegaSota game night, and that gets kickstarted off at 6:40 p.m. It's your only opportunity to see Tony and Nikki take on over the show and give out some great jackpots and PGL points. Reminder, that starts tonight at 6:40 p.m. and you guys definitely need to be coming out for this. It's going to be the third MegaSota game night of season 15. Now tomorrow night, this is our second, actually, and we have another special night happening tomorrow night that you guys definitely need to be coming out for, as it is our Wild Wednesday. It happens each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m., and it's a lot of fun as you guys go after those PGL styled games and earning a lot of jackpots along the way.
Yeah, we love that tournament style bingo, as you can take home huge prizes while playing those 10 to 20-minute games. It's always a lot of fun seeing who can earn all those PGL points while getting after it. My personal favorite games in those matchups are the very beginning games. At 6:40 every Tuesday, you get a high-low matchup, and at 7 p.m. every Wednesday, you also get a high-low matchup. The fun little shakeups in those high-low is where the highest scorer in the state takes home a first-place prize, as you normally do, being the highest scorer in those PGL games. But in the high-low matchups, you get a little shakeup, as not only the highest scorer, but also the lowest scorer in the state will be taking home a first-place prize. So make sure you guys come out right at 6:40 on Tuesdays and right at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays to get your PGL action started for the week.
Absolutely. And make sure you guys are signed up at pgl.world if you want to earn those points. We definitely want to be highlighting some of these great national days that you guys can celebrate on today as well. So as we are working towards these awesome prizes, we're going to be talking about those. But we are one ball away now, so we're going to wait and see who's going to be taking home this great jackpot prize here in this round.
Yeah, working on the Musco in this one as those jackpots will be growing and rolling into a game number 3. But in this game right here, $11.40 will begin split up between FTFIN as well as Mad Dog. Good to see you out there, Mad Dog, longtime player, as well as congratulations to FaceTime Finn as we now get enrolled into this next game. This will be a game number 3 with our minor prize clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less.
Absolutely. And as you guys get enrolled in a game number 3, our first national days for you guys is National Balloon Ascension Day. And on today, it commemorates the first balloon flight in the United States that happened in 1793.
Ooh, very cool stuff. This is one of those dream date scenarios I would love to do at least one point in my life, is to go to a hot air balloon like date kind of situation, as I've always thought of them as really cool, just floating up in the air. It's kind of like a relaxing helicopter ride where, you see those helicopter rides and they seem super fun, but they're really noisy and loud and feel like you can't hang out. Where in a nice hot air balloon, you can get up into those same heights, getting a nice view, but you get to, just enjoy being in like a balloon instead.
I would very much enjoy it since it's more outside
For
and you get
sure.
to actually experience the wind and being up there in the sky. I've been on a helicopter ride and that was very fun,
Oh, yeah.
but I definitely, this is one that's on the bucket list as well for me. I've always gone to a festival that my hometown holds called Balloon Fest, and they would send off probably 20 hot air balloons over the course
Really?
of a day, and it was so fun to watch them, see all the different balloons that people bring and
Hmm.
all the different patterns on them. That was always so pretty to fun to watch.
Yeah, I always think of also around the world in 80 or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever it is.
around the world in 80
Yeah,
days.
thank you. As they use a balloon, I think, in that
Hmm.
one as well. At least in the movie, they use an air balloon type thing where it's closer to one of those. I feel like, what is the air balloon ship type
Blip.
dealios? A blimp. Yeah, I feel like it's closer to a blimp than it is an
Hmm.
air balloon, but it's super fun anyways. And I think hot air balloons are just a super fun way of flight.
Absolutely. I would very much like a operator in there with
Oh,
us.
100%. I do not want to be there by myself.
I've seen, yeah, the cinematic clips of hot air balloons I typically see never have a conductor in there. It's
Oh,
just the ill prepared cast that gets
yeah.
sent off in a hot air balloon. And so those have always really frightened me.
Yes.
But if we did it properly, I think that would be really, really fun.
Definitely, for sure. Well, happy National Balloon Ascension Day. If you got any chances to watch some hot air balloons get sent off, it's a great one on today. Or maybe just commemorate by blowing yourself up some personal air balloons. Maybe you can make yourself a little paper air balloon, put some Lego figures in it, have it
Hmm.
float around. I feel like that would be a fun little kid craft idea right there.
Absolutely. That just kind of reminds me of those little army men that came with the parachutes on them and stuff.
100%. Or the aliens that
Yeah.
would have the parachutes on them as
Oh, I
well.
can't say I've seen the
They would
aliens.
always come in the arcades.
Yeah, we only
Arcades,
got the army men.
they would have army men, and then usually they'd have also little aliens that had
That's
parachutes
super
on them as
fun.
well. I was always lean more towards the aliens with parachutes
That's so
than the
much more
army
fun.
men with parachutes, as I was always a Star Wars guy, so I'd always have the aliens drop down onto my
Yeah,
Star
and be
Wars
the villain in
figurines.
your storyline.
Exactly. It was so fun. So definitely great stuff there. Happy National Balloon Ascension Day. As we now move on to National Shop for Travel Day. This is a very important one day. As the holiday season fades away, our minds turn to our next opportunity for a vacation. While it may seem far off, National Shop for Travel Day on the second Tuesday in January reminds us to start planning now.
This is one that I would very much like to take just like a chunk of time and money to prepare for and get a set of luggage and get a toiletries bag and
Mm-hmm.
like make sure I have everything set and ready. Get a passport case, having
Yeah.
everything that's like set and ready together. Because I'm one that's very much just like had scattered travel throughout my life and it's
Mm-hmm.
always been in country travel.
Hmm.
And so I've never had to really prepare that heavily for anything.
Yeah.
But as I am now an adult, I can make my own decisions. I have my own money. I very much want to start doing my own travel. And I feel like I'm very ill prepared for that.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, you definitely need to do a little bit of that. I feel
Yeah.
pretty prepared actually for some good travel. I have my
Hmm.
adopt kit, I have my all my other stuff. I just need to get like the regular toiletries that I need to throw into my adopt kit once again, as I've used up all my travel shampoos and stuff.
Yes.
We do have Lou Nanny over
Oh,
at
yeah.
Carboni's Pizzeria in White Bear Lake, taking home $16.70 on our must go prize. Great job to you in this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo, as we now get enrolled into a game number 4. In this game 4, that minor prize will be clicking up from 56 to now 58 balls or less, and now over $100, as you guys have 2 minutes to get enrolled. 50 balls or less still for that major prize, and 45 balls or less for that mega at 10 grand.
All right. What would you say is your staple must have while traveling?
Ooh, my staple must have while traveling. I. Mm, Ooh, some of my own travel like lotions, as I always get so dried up during travel. It's one of those things I always forget to pack, and whenever I have you along with me, I've always noticed that like you always have
Aquaphor or
a good
something.
lotion that I can put on my face because I get so dry from the flight over. Hotel rooms are usually pretty dry as
Dry.
well, and so having that face lotion is one thing that I will never forget now, just because of traveling with you and having that like just it,
It really makes a
it makes
difference.
a huge difference. And so now I
Yeah.
always remember to bring face lotion along on my travels, just because everything gets so dried out while you're traveling around.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think for my personal travel, I need headphones.
Ooh, you just got a new pair of
I
headphones that were
did.
sound canceling, and so you can now go onto those flights and not have to hear a lick from anybody else.
It's incredible. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy that I just recently got these for Christmas. They are definitely changed the way I feel about headphones because I wasn't one to love the earbud,
Uh huh.
in my ear. And so having this like actual headphone set, it's
Yeah.
incredible.
And you're pretty used to, rocking the big headphones, being on here at least 3 hours every day,
Yeah,
most days during
most
the week.
days.
So it's definitely been an easy transition, I'm sure, for you to move from the Apple headphones
It's so
to
much
the
more
nice
comfortable.
over the ear.
And the ones that I was gifted have very cushy pads. They have a pad
Hmm.
on the headrest. So it's all very comfortable how it sits on my head. And the fact that it has noise canceling as well as a white noise option, it's very appeasing for travel. And so
For
I'm very
sure.
excited about that. And I'll say that that is my staple must have.
That's good. That for sure is, now that you have ones. Should be a lot of
Hmm.
fun. Well, happy National Shop for Travel Day. While it may be far off, like we said, plan it out so it takes one thing off that huge list of things that you need to get done before a long vacation trip. So happy National Shop for Travel Day as we move into our next national day.
National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And across the country on January 9th, each year, citizens that take the lead to show support on National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. This is definitely a huge one. There's law enforcement all around your cities and communities every single day putting their best foot forward to ensure your safety and making sure that it is a happy, healthy, and safe community for all. So it's a big one that you guys should definitely show your support
Oh,
on.
for sure. There's a lot of different law enforcement officials that I've met throughout being a high school athlete, then going and being a coach of high school sports, and just meeting those different law enforcement, and kind of feeling the ones that have really, really ingrained themselves within the community.
Communities.
You can really see the difference in them just doing a great job. They know everybody. They're protecting and making sure that everybody stays safe. And we always appreciate those law enforcement that take that extra step to do a good job within their work. So happy
Absolutely.
National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. We definitely give a shout out to all the law enforcement out there playing pilot games on today. And I'll load Jordy up with some luck for anybody who is within that profession, as we want you to take home a
Boom.
jackpot on this National Day.
I hope that doesn't consider as assault of a law enforcement officer the way that impact came at you with all that luck, but it was all a good intention and we want you guys to take home some huge cash prizes. Hopefully you guys are out there having a great one. Happy National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
We're coming down to the end of this game right here, trying to give this out in 58 balls or less with Law right now, 1 ball away. We'll see if it can happen right here. Last opportunity to do so, as it looks like we'll be moving on to the must-go prize of $22. They were very close to taking home that nice minor jackpot, but it will be growing and rolling into our game number 5 of Game Day Bingo, as we have our winner here.
That's right, as Nan over at Corky's Bar gets to take away $22 on that must go prize. Nicely done to Nan in this awesome round number 4. We're about to get enrolled in our 5th game of Game Day Bingo. Make sure you guys get enrolled. We got all of those jackpots just continuing to grow. Over $100 on that minor jackpot and just growing into this next game.
60 balls or less should be some great action that we're getting into. But next National Day, we'll be celebrating, as you guys get into that Game Day Bingo action, is National Apricot Day. Apricot lovers from all over the United States observe National Apricot Day every year on January 9th.
This is one that I very much did not like as a child. I was not a fan of apricots in any form,
Okay.
but now I love apricots. I love
Okay.
the preserves. I love just eating an apricot, and I also love little like apricot candies. They are
Ooh.
very, very tasty.
Well, they're not just tasty, they're also good for you, as it's a great source of key nutrients for skin, eyes, your immune system, and digestive health. Plus, the high water content in fresh apricots promotes good hydration as well. If you have diabetes, you may need to be mindful of their carbohydrate content by pairing them with with a source of fat or protein. Definitely
Okay.
some great stuff there. Looks to be a super tasty, healthy snack that can, also kick that sweet curve.
Absolutely. They are a big, big fan in my household. They're not just a sweet additive, they can also be added to savory things, like when you pair it with brie cheese and crackers. It's so, so tasty. That honestly might be my favorite way of having it is like a baked brie cheese, and then you put that apricot preserve on it, and it
Hmm.
is so tasty paired together.
Yeah, has a higher nutritional value than peaches, and
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
so there you go. If you want to supplement some, if you're a big peach fan and you want to supplement it with apricots, maybe that's an
Hmm.
option for you, as a lot of people compare the two. I think it's a awesome one on today, National Apricot Day. Great stone
Absolutely.
fruit.
Absolutely awesome stuff. They're also known as the Armenian plum.
Ooh, well,
That's cool.
happy National Apricot Day, or National Armenian Plum Day.
Woo! We have one final national day to celebrate with you guys, as it is National Static Electricity Day.
Shocking.
Maybe a little shocking, but National Static Electricity Day on January 9th observes and explores static electricity and even how we may cause it. I hate static electricity.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I've had fun with it. I've definitely had
I
my
like rubbing
issues with it.
balloons on heads, but that's as far as my fun with static electricity
I've
goes.
always thought that was hilarious, whether it's my
On
head or
babies.
it's on somebody else's head. Growing up, doing, the static electricity, it was so fun. I also had a great time whenever I just walk around my house, scraping my feet against the floor,
Your
collecting it
socks on
up, and
carpet.
then just laying one on one of my little siblings. It was a great time, as that would always cause a big stir. And then you'd see them for the next like half hour, like rubbing really hard against
Trying
the
to
carpet,
create it.
and they'd come up to you, touch you, and if they failed, it would be like, oh, they failed at their big prank experiment that they were trying to do. It was always a fun time. I thought static electricity was a really cool, also with the way it could like stick things to different objects as
Yeah.
well. I always
I
thought
loved
that was
rubbing
super
balloons on
interesting.
heads. But yeah, I very much had more fun with it as a kid. Now I feel like I just get shocked a lot as someone who has dry skin and lives in a dry apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah, my cat loves to go in blankets. He creates static electricity. It's I definitely get shocked a lot more now, and it's more of a nuisance than
for
it was
sure.
when I was younger.
Yeah, it's definitely a funny one. It's one that you don't got to deal with as much if you live down south because you got
Yeah.
that humidity to stop you from getting all that
Uh,
static electricity. But as we live in the Midwest, we got to deal with it all the time. So happy National Static Electricity Day. Maybe give your loved one a little shock on today. We got 51 balls dropped on this game. We're working towards a 60 ball or less minor jackpot, which is at 60 balls or less. And Troy over at the Route 50 65 Pub and Grub will be taking home that nice prize of $148.25 in this game number 5 of Game Day Bingo. Congratulations to you, Troy, taking home that minor prize as we now get enrolled into a game number 6. The $29 that was available on the must go prize in that game 5 will be growing and rolling into this game number 6. So should be a good, maybe close to $40. You could get it into $50 must go prize as we're getting enrolled. Mattering on how many people get into this game, it should be a nice one to get after as we got just 2 minutes and 30 seconds to do so.
Absolutely. And as you guys are getting enrolled in this next game, we have a little Twins news to talk about with you guys, as we're going to be taking a peek at 5 different pitchers that the Twins should be targeting to bolster that starting rotation. We're starting with a look at Byron Wu from the Mariners.
Yeah, he had a pretty good season this last year and wouldn't be a bad option for us. And he would be a little bit more realistic for us to be able to pull in. The other option, if you just were like, hey, they said Brian Rue was
Off the table.
off the table, maybe we could go with one of the top picks from the 2020 draft in
Hmm.
Bryce Miller, as he had a
Okay.
very similar season to Brian Wu, and they may be more willing to move off of him as a
Yeah.
prospect as well. So those two guys may be up for grabs out of that Mariners situation.
Absolutely. We're also going to be taking a peek at Trevor Rogers from the Marlins.
Yeah, he would be another interesting option as well. I think if we got him, it would be a good pickup as we just traded. I think the uh, gosh, we just traded one of our pitchers over to those Marlins. I think they may be,
Okay.
maybe we
Inclined to do a little tradesies.
trade back for another pitcher, Trevor Rogers.
Very cool. We also are taking a peek at Alec Manoa. He is from the Blue
Yeah, he
Jays.
may be the least I know about any of these players, but has, from what I saw, looked to have a pretty decent season last year and has little bit of upside to give us faith heading into it. And so I think that would be a cool one as well. And then the last one is Corbin Burns out of the Brewers, probably the far shot, not hard to pick up guy, as he's one of the better pitchers that I think every MLB team would be happy to add into their rotation. And so I think some good pitchers in those 5 options we just listed off: Brian Rue, Bryce Miller, Trevor Rogers, Alex Mohan, as well as Corbin Burns. But I think we got to get through this offseason, figure out how we can swing the cash around, how we can make some value, and get these guys into that rotation to bolster our bullpen.
Absolutely. And if you want to show your support for our twins, go and check out the great eTab game, Twins Win. You can play it wherever you guys play Pilot games. You can even go and check out that Home Run Derby bonus round, where if you pick a lucky batter, you'll end up taking home some Grand Slam
It's
prizes.
definitely a lot of fun playing that great eTab game. But right now, you guys are playing some live bingo, and it's some game day bingo you're playing as you're earning points towards the season 15 standings currently. But we have our standings from season 14 we'd like to highlight, as we just finished up season 14 about 9 days ago, and we have the top 10 players and top 10 locations from those 6 months of awesome season 14 action.
Absolutely. Starting it off in 10th place, we had Barizo at Pub 500, finishing off with 63,000 points. 65,000 points for ninth place, Nan over at Corky's Bar, South Haven. Eighth place was Towley at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, finished the season with 71,000 points. Then we had a three-way tie finishing off last season. Crazy stuff. It was between Super D at the Shore 96, Why Not Me at Beatles Bar and Grill, and Mad Dog over at Egan's Arms Public House. They all finished with 78,000 points. With 100,000 points on the season, fourth place ended up being Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge. Third place was Rock Rider at the Incline Station Bowling Center as they finished strong with 103,000 points. But ahead of them with 105,000 points, finishing in second place was Mikey Mike at the Old Piper Inn in Blaine. We also had number one, Call Me Jen, just reigning champ over at the JR Mac. They finished that season with 243,000 points, their second consecutive season win.
Well, they got quite a few calls from Jen during that season 14. Congratulations to Call Me Jen. Next up, we got the location side of those standings as 10th place, ending in 10th with 140,000 points. We had Eagles Mankato. Ninth place is Shady's Railside with 147,000 points. With 155,000 points in 8th place, we have the Sherwood Lounge. 7th place is Leo's Bar Newmarket with 166,000 points. And we have 182,000 points for our 6th place location, the Boulevard Tavern. 5th place is the Country Lounge with 186,000 points, as we have 196,000 points for our 4th place location, the Old Piper Inn Blaine. But before I finish off these awesome location standings for the game day bingo, we are coming to the last few balls dropped on this one, working on that double must go prize with Frisky and Super D 1 ball away.
There it is, Super D at Carboni's Pizzeria getting to take away $41.60 on that Musco prize. Nicely done in this game number 5. We're about to get enrolled in a game number 6. And so make sure you guys continue to get enrolled. Actually, I think this will be a game number 7 you guys are getting enrolled in. And so you make sure you guys get enrolled in this awesome round of Game Day Bingo.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun as we continue on. Congratulations, Super D. But back to the location standings for season 14 as the finale final 3 ended like this. Third place was J.R. Mack with 285,000 points, home to our number one player, Call Me Jen. Second place was VFW Spring Lake Park with 328,000 points, who was leading the charge for the majority of the season in first place. But with a hot December, they were able to sneak away first place, and that was Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 366,000 points. Congratulations to Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, the number one location, as well as congratulations to Call Me Jen over at JR Mac, the number one player in season 14 in those awesome game day bingo standings. Right now, you guys are earning points for season 15, and we can't wait till we get to update into season 15's great game day bingo standings.
Absolutely. But if you guys want to try your hand at some of our other games we have to offer here at Pilot, you guys can check out the eTab games at any time on those awesome iPads wherever you guys play Pilot games. We have some awesome eTab games, just like the Sherlock Holmes eTab game that you guys can don on your detective cap and go searching for some huge prizes. There are 3 fantastic bonus rounds, and so make sure you guys go and check out all of the different rounds that that game has to offer. There's even standings within the Where's Watson skill challenge bonus that you guys can compete against each other within that mini game, and it's a lot of fun there. You guys definitely go and check out all the different eTab games we have to offer, though, as we have over 70 different charitable eTabs that you guys can go and choose to play at any time.
One of my personal favorites, Roaring 20s. It's
Ooh.
a super fun tab game where you can play in 1920,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you can play the normal version where you can go after some great prizes, where you're not risking nearly as much cash on those prizes, where then you can time travel your way into 2020, where you can play in an extreme lounge, where you can risk a little bit more cash, but also win bigger prizes while playing. It's a lot of fun. So check out any of those eTab options as you're going to find a great game that suits the way you like to play Pilot games.
Absolutely. It's definitely a lot of fun. Go and check those out and let us know which one is your favorite eTab. If you guys want to know some great stuff that happened on today in history, we have a couple musical days that we definitely want to talk about. As on today in 2006, The Phantom of the Opera becomes the longest running Broadway show when it marks its 7,000th 486th performance at the Majestic Theater, breaking the record held by Cats, another Andrew Lloyd Webber musical.
Very impressive stuff. Phantom at the Opera, a great piece of work that
Hmm.
has had movie adaptations as well as did obviously the longest running uh,
Broadway show.
Broadway show. Just a very, very impressive one. I always think of the 2004 film that stars Gerard Butler as Eric in that one, the Phantom, as it's a very entertaining there. You got
Emmy
Emmy
Rossum
Rossum as
as
Christine.
Christine. Yes, it's absolutely incredible because nowadays people just think of Emmy Rossum as Fiona Gallagher from Shameless,
Yes.
and they really just think of her as that kind of rough around the edges, kind of spunky chick. But she's got such an incredible voice, and she has one of the best young opera voices out there. And it's been so fun to see her younger do things like this and have such a wide range of things that she's able to accomplish within her career. But I definitely got to say, Phantom of the Opera is my favorite movie that she has been a part of.
Yeah, I think it's probably her best work that she's done, as it was a very, very well done movie, I thought, in my opinion. Obviously, I have not seen the Broadway work of it, which I would love
I
to
would
see at
love to see
some
this
point,
live.
just so that I could fully grasp what they're like, what it's fully portraying, so I can see kind of compare the two. As I really enjoyed the Phantom of the Opera, the movie, but if I see it in Broadway, I might go, I hate the 2004 version. This is the way it's supposed to be done. And I think that may be my reaction as well, just because of how good the Phantom of the Opera has. It's been very successful. 7,486 performances in 2006. I'm sure there's even more.
Absolutely, absolutely, that is some great stuff. Maybe go and watch the Phantom of the Opera movie today, or if it's being produced at a local playhouse near you, go and watch it. Next up, just 1 year following in 2007 on today. Before I talk any further about it, we do have a winner here.
$10.80 going out to Big Money over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill, where your big money is $10 in this awesome game number 7 of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting enrolled into a game number 8 with that minor prize, clicking up to 56 balls or less. Should continue to be a lot of fun as we get on through these games. As we're getting through them, though, we are going to be talking about our second and final day in music history.
That's right, as this is a huge day just in general, as in 2007 on today, John Mayer ends up joining Steve Jobs on stage at the Macworld Expo happening in San Francisco to introduce Apple's latest invention, the iPhone.
Yeah, combining phone and iPod together, able to listen to your music on the go and
Oh, yeah.
text off of the same device was revolutionary. As then everyone, that had an iPod at one point, that were moving on to phones, they all went to the iPhone. It was a genius marketing, just because they got all of us hooked at a young age on iPods. And then as soon as we got to phones, we were like, well, we want to stay on the same format, and so we went to iPhones, and it was an awesome transition. I still rock with iPhones to this day, and it's worked out great for me.
I wanted the first original iPhone so badly. It
Hmm.
had a curved back almost, and it was like two-thirds silver, one-third black at the
Yes.
bottom. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then they went to like the iPhone 3, which was like skinny or something, or
Hmm.
the iPhone 4, which was like short and skinny. And that was the one that I started on iPhone wise. But I remember seeing the original models of the iPhone and being like, this is so much cooler.
Yeah, I started, I think, with the iPhone 5, if I'm not mistaken.
I had the 4S that had the glass back. That was my first phone because I shattered it naturally as a freshman in high school that got it.
Ah.
And then I had a white one because these were the first white iPhones as well.
Uh-huh.
And they had the glass back, shattered it, and I did the rainbow Sharpie in my cracks on the
Oh.
back of my iPhone, and I still have that phone to this day. It's like a time capsule thing. I can't get rid of it
I remember I thought I was so cool because I got the 5 when it was
because
pretty
it was
new.
skinny and long, and it was like the latest
And it
thing.
had the touch. It was
Yep.
I think it was a did it have the touch ability?
4S had it, or the yes, it did the thumb reader,
Yeah, I think it had the thumb reader on that one. So that was like the newest cool thing. You were like, no one could ever get into mine because I have
a personalized thumbprint.
yeah, personalized thumbprint. It was so fun at the time. So iPhones being introduced on today in 2007, a huge day in music history because now music was on the go and in one with your phone. And so it was
Indoctrinating people into the Apple cult since 2007.
absolutely. John Mayer helping us out with that. Well, if you guys want to be a part of Pilot Games and be, just as much involved with Pilot Games as you are with your iPhone, sign up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information in it. And if you just want to hear us talk about your player name live on air, we highlight all the new members who get signed up at PGL.world. So head on over there and get signed up today before we have our next PGL matchup tonight at 6:40.
Absolutely. And these are a couple of the names that we hope to see out there playing tonight. We have Tams Maltz 4, Jabber 469, Killian, Rosie 89, Tag, Danny Kitty, Bold Moves, McGee, Marlin, L Pen 17, Drewski, Frofro, and even City Angel 80. I almost said Citadel again.
Good job to each and every one of those players getting signed up at PGL.world. We can't wait to see you guys hopefully compete for those points tonight as we get that PGL action happening at 6:40 for a MegaSota game night. Hopefully we see you guys joining up with Tony and Nikki during that great PGL action.
Don't forget about Wild Wednesday tomorrow at 7 p.m. Ian and I will be here for our own PGL action.
Exactly. Should be a lot of fun. But we are working on our great fun in this game day bingo as we're trying to give this out in 56 balls or less. We'll see if we can do it in the next 2 balls. It doesn't look like we'll be able to, but final opportunity right there as we move on to a $12.90 must-go prize. Waiting to see which one of these lucky players ends up taking it home as we have Viddy, Mike W., Ricky, as well as Large out there getting after it.
Absolutely. Now we've got players one ball away, and we're hoping to see this prize go out soon. We definitely want to see all these prizes going out into your waiting pockets. And there it is. We have Anne at American Legion Mount. They get to take home $12.90 on this great round of game day bingo. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled. This will be a game number 9 as we have all those great jackpots just continuing to grow into this next game.
As you guys get enrolled, we got some PGL standings we'd like to go over from season 14, as these are the finale standings from that season. As 10th place was B&N over at Rumors Bar and Grill Mazeppa, winning 1,261,485 points. With 1,268,850 points in 9th place, we have OE50 at the Stanchion Bar. 8th place was TTWL69 at the Atomic Star Tavern with 1,317,930 points. With 1,421,599 points in 7th place, we have Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill. 6th place is Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill with 1,556,025 points. With 1,581,165 points in 5th place, it's Rakuda at the Alibi of Gilbert. 4th place is Mad Dog over at Still Wolf with 1,592,580 points. We've seen Mad Dog out there today winning some game day bingo. Congratulations being one of those top players in those PGL standings last season. 3rd place was Yak at the Stanchion Bar with 1,656,875 points. With 2,439,349 points in 2nd place, it's Drumsky at the Underground Bar and Grill. As our number 1 player was none other than Outlaw 21 over at the Boulevard Bar and Grill. They finished off season 14 with 2,818,300 points.
Nicely done to Outlaw 21, our reigning champs right now for PGL. And so make sure you guys are coming out for season 15 if you want to rival Outlaw 21 and try and take that championship away from them this season. We have those final location standings we need to talk about from last season, though. As finishing strong in 10th place, we have the DeVos Sandbar in Gilbert. They finished the season with 1,606,195 points. But right ahead of them with 1,606,700 points in 9th place, we have the Super Bowl of Ramsey. 8th place ended up being the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl of St. Francis. They finished the season sitting with 1,650,115 points. Now ahead of them in 7th place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park. They finished strong with 1,776,730 points. But with 1,893,045 points in 6th place, it was the Benton Municipal Liquor Store. 5th place ended up being VFW Mankato, finishing off the 1 million point club as they finished strong with 1,968,685 points. On to the 2 million point club. In our fourth place spot, it was the Oleander Saloon of Mankato. They finished that awesome season with 2,246,865 points. Ahead of them, though, in third place, it was the Stanchion Bar of Hamel, as they finished last season with 2,925,725 points. Now ahead of them in second place, last season's second place was Boulevard Bar and Grill of Coon Rapids. They had finished strong with 3,024,275 points. And our reigning champs on the location standings for last season, number one was Underground Bar and Grill Mankato. They finished off with 3,995,374 points.
Congratulations to our players and location standings. Winning so many points while playing in those awesome PGL matchups. Come out tonight to earn some PGL points for season 15, as we have that MegaSota game night happening at 6:40 and Wild Wednesday happening at 7 p.m. tomorrow. As we do have those awesome Wild themed bingo games, we'd like to highlight our Minnesota Wild as they're having a fun season, 17, 18, and 4, and they're coming off a not so fun game as Dallas scored 2 shorthanded goals and snapped a 3-game losing streak with a 4-0 win at Minnesota on Monday night. Marc-Andre Fleury made 16 saves, but missed his first chance to pass Patrick Roy for sole possession of second place in the NHL's career win list. Fury had tied Roy with his 551st victory Saturday at Columbus.
Absolutely. We do have another game coming up tomorrow as they go up against the Stars. That game is going to be happening at 6:30 for you guys. And so if you want to get their Wild primed and ready and show your support any way you can, go and check out the great ETAB game Let's Go Wild, where you guys can play it wherever you play Pilot games. You can even check out that Slap Shot bonus round to try and take home some huge prizes.
It's definitely a lot of fun, and hopefully you're sending out that luck for that awesome Wild Stars game where you can hopefully get revenge against Dallas in that one after losing to them in that first of 2 games.
We do have Kranaka over at the Beer Stoof in Grove Heights getting to take home that awesome prize. It looks like $15.50 is going out to you in this awesome round number 9. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in what will be our game 10, our third to last game here for lunchtime. You definitely want to get enrolled and don't miss out on any of the great cash we still have on the line.
As you guys are working on some great cash, if you take home any of those great prizes, we'd love to see a player picture of it. Hold up that jackpot message next to your smiling face and snap that photo. But it doesn't just have to be that jackpot message. It could be you playing your favorite ETAB game, you just having a good time playing whatever bingo game you're playing, you with your friends, favorite bartender. As long as you're having a good time playing Pilot games, we'd love to see a photo of it. You can share those photos by directly messaging us on Facebook, by posting them onto any of your social medias with the hashtag Pilot Games, or you can just email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. So definitely send in those player pictures so you could be like those players right next to Jordy being in our enrolling screen.
Absolutely. You can see exhibits A, B, and C to the left of me, and it is awesome to see all of your guys' smiling faces. So make sure you guys send those player pictures in, and we will post them anywhere we can, even if it is in those commercials that play even when we're off air. We love seeing that. But as you guys are working towards this next game, just a minute and a half to get enrolled, we're going to talk about some Vikings news as they are 7-10 on the season.
Yeah, finished off the season 7-10 as
Yep.
we will be missing the playoffs and finishing this season with a 30-20 loss on Sunday. But there was still some great showings as Justin Jefferson did his thing as he caught a career high matching 12 catches. He had a season high 192 yards and got a touchdown on that as well. Even though he missed 7 games, he still was able to break that 1,000-yard mark, joining up with Wes Chandler, who did it in 1982, and Jim Benton, who did it in 1945, as the only players in league to have 1,000 receiving yards in 10 or fewer games. Very impressive stuff, and another little nod to Justin Jefferson being the best wide receiver in the NFL. Now, all focuses go to the NFL draft, as we have officially the number 11 pick in the NFL draft. A pretty high up there pick, at least the highest
That's
pick
not bad.
that we've had since me and you have started covering our
Yeah.
Vikings. And so it should be a lot of fun talking about this draft upcoming, as you know, seeing all these different players players that we could be selecting. This is always one of my favorite times of the year, as hopes are at the maximum during draft season.
Absolutely. It should be some awesome stuff. And if you guys want to show your support for our Vikings in their off season, go and check out the great ETAP game Vikings Victory, where you guys can go and choose a lucky letter in the skull bonus round to try and take home some trophy prizes. It's a lot of fun and a great way to show your support.
It's definitely a lot of fun playing that awesome game. We do have balls dropping in these final 3 games of Game Day Bingo, as this is a game number 10. We got that minor prize at 60 balls or less. We were able to give it out at 60 balls or less last time it hit this ball count. So we'll see if we can do that once again, as we got players 15 balls away. As we work through this game, we do have some celebrity birthdays we'd like to highlight. But before we do that, I'd like to shout out anybody out there who is playing Pilot games on their birthday. Here is a little bit of luck as you get on through this awesome Game Day Bingo action. Hopefully that luck can carry you into an awesome win in these next matchups.
Absolutely. And as you guys do that, we're going to be talking about some of the celebrities that you guys happen to share your birthday with. Our first one on the list in 1935 is Bob Denver, the American actor known best for Gilligan's Island, as well as the many loves of Dobby Gillis.
Yes, he is a very big time actor of the time. He's also in a bunch of the
Yeah,
Gilligan's
he's best
Island
known for
stuff.
Gilligan's Island.
Absolutely. He even did Gilligan's Planet at some point. He was in the animated version of it. He's also in Dusty Trails and other big works as well. Just a fun comedic actor, it looks like, throughout his time. Had a very unique look to him as an actor.
Absolutely. Definitely played well as his role as Gillian.
For sure.
Gilligan.
Next up, born in 1941, we got Joan Baez, an American folk singer who did Diamonds and Rust.
Wow, very cool stuff. Yeah, she's best known for some of her works like Diamonds and Rust, or even some of her bilingual songs, as she also sang in Spanish.
Yeah, she's often includes songs of protest and social justice,
Oh,
and
cool.
performed publicly for over 60 years, releasing more than 30 albums.
We do have Spike at Maynard's Excelsior getting to take home that line prize finally,
Ooh.
$95.81. Nicely done to Spike in this awesome game number 10. We're about to get enrolled into game number 11 now, our second to last game here live with you guys. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled as we have all of those prizes, other than that line one, obviously, continuing to grow into this next game.
Yeah, double must go available, as it's already at $24 and only getting bigger as you guys get enrolled in the next 2 minutes.
Absolutely. But we have some more celebrities to talk about with you guys. As born on today in 1944 is Jimmy Page, the English rock guitarist. He was in Led Zeppelin and helped on Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, big time musician. Obviously, if you're a part of Led Zeppelin, you have a huge amount of hits. As
Yeah.
you got "Stairway to Heaven," "A Whole Lot of Love," as well as many, many others. It's definitely a iconic band to be a part of, and Page's style involves various alternative guitar tunings and melodic solos, coupled with aggressive and distorted guitar tones.
Yeah, he's one of the founders of Led Zeppelin, so he is definitely memorialized in the rock history. And so it's awesome to see. And happy birthday to Jimmy Page.
Next up, as we have so many singers born on today, we got the American country singer Crystal Gale, born on today in 1951. She did "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue," as well as "One from the Heart."
Very cool stuff. I can't say I am very I don't really know who this person is, but it seems like they have had some really great works.
Yeah, as you're not a huge country music artist, so yeah, a lot of their works get passed over by you. But a long and lasting love, another song
Oh,
that she did, big time artist.
absolutely. Awesome stuff. And happy birthday, Crystal Gale.
Yeah, she actually has an older sister that also was huge as well.
Very cool stuff.
Very, very fun. Happy birthday, Crystal Gale. As we move on to our next celebrity birthday, another musician, Dave Matthews, the 1967 American singer, songwriter, and musician. And you'll never guess what his band's name was. The Dave Matthews Band.
Yep.
Who did so much to say, as well as so many other things.
Absolutely. Dave Matthews has been his band has been around for quite some time. It's been a joke in my family about the Dave Matthews Band forever, and especially because of who Dave Matthews is, as he does a cameo role in Just Go With It.
Oh, does he?
And he plays Nicole Kidman's husband, and he
Really?
lies to Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. They tell him that he's the man that invented the iPhone or the
Oh,
iPod.
he's
That's
the,
him.
that's so
And and
funny.
he plays this game called Coconut Smoochie, where he picks a coconut up with his butt cheeks. And that joke has just stood the tell of time in my family's household. And so Dave Matthews will never be taken seriously.
That's hilarious. Well, he's done the space between Crash Into Me, Ant Marching, Jimmy Thing, 41, Gray Street, Crush, When World Ends, Don't Drink the Water, Two Steps, lots of big works for Dave Matthews and the Dave Matthews Band.
Absolutely.
I think it's so funny to name your band the same.
It's really funny. And it's very on brand for Dave Matthews.
For
Happy
sure.
birthday. Next up, in 1989, one of my personal favorites is Nina Dobrev. She is the Bulgarian Canadian actress from The Vampire Diaries. And one I didn't know actually is she was in Degrassi, The Next Generation.
Yeah, I did not realize this either, as she's a pretty big actress,
Yeah.
especially for Vampire Divers, playing what's her character?
Elena Gilbert.
Yes, big time. She's also in the originals, the offspin of that show, and I'm not sure she actually makes an appearance in it, but she's
No.
obviously
Yeah, but she's been
part of the
recently doing
universe.
some rom-coms and stuff as on
Really?
Netflix. She just put out Love Hard as well as The Outlaws.
Oh,
We just recently watched The Outlaws, as that has
yes.
Adam Levine as well as Pierce Brosnan in
Uh
it,
huh.
and so we are big fans of that cast. I recently just started my rewatch of The Vampire Diaries, and I'm almost through season 1 right now, and so Ian is just getting so much Vampire Diaries lore and history
I
that
am.
he never would have wanted in the first place. But it is such a chaotic, crazy show. It was the Riverdale of the early 2000s. And so it has been so entertaining to rewatch it.
It is. It's frustrating at times.
It's so
To pop up
frustrating.
on my as I
I
just like
need to tell him to like leave the room or
I
stop
watch it.
asking me
I
questions because
watch it
it's not going
randomly,
to appease
and
him.
then I get like there's these just huge plot holes that I just get so frustrated with, and then I just
And
am
then
like,
he's like, she forgave him?
and then
He literally killed somebody. And
n-
I'm like, walk away. It's gonna get so much worse if
I
you keep
know
watching this.
I don't get it. I feel like I'm watching a toxic relationship unfold in front of me.
It is.
Uh,
That's
that's
essentially all it
that's
is.
that's that's extremely worse than a toxic relationship
Because he's a literal vampire.
because most of the time your toxic relationship isn't mass murdering people. But we got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven taking home a $42.40 must-go prize in this great game. Congratulations to you, Nan, in this awesome game number 11 of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting enrolled into the final game of Game Day Bingo for this lunchtime that me and Jordy will be live with you guys for. So get enrolled, press play, 54 balls or less for the minor, 50 balls or less for the major, and 45 balls or less for the mega. In the final game of last lunchtime, we were able to give out a prize in 41 balls or less. So hopefully we can repeat that same performance and give out another $10,000.
Absolutely. But happy birthday to Nina Dobrev. She may be making a comeback in movies, but I also see her a lot on social media with her relationship with pro snowboarder Shaun White.
That's a great little relationship there. I didn't know they were together. That's
Yeah,
funny.
they're super funny. But we have one final celebrity as well.
Yeah, Nicola Peltz as
Hmm.
she is an American actress that voice acted playing Katara.
No, she was in the live action one.
Oh, is she? She's
Yeah.
Katara in the Last Airbender, as also plays Tessa Yeager in Transformers: Age of Extinction. Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's daughter in that
Yeah.
movie.
This is the one that I got confused with Haley Seinfeld.
Ah, yes, yes. She's a decent actress. She's in Bates Motel, does a good job in that one. Um,
I most know her for being married to David Beckham's son now.
well, cool stuff
Yeah,
there.
I
Yeah,
don't know his name though.
yeah, I know her for obviously Transformers,
Yeah.
and then her role in Bates Motel as she plays a pretty big character. I'm pretty sure in that one as well. Yeah, she plays Bradley.
Very
Very cool
fun.
stuff. Well, happy birthday to Nicola Peltz.
Pelts.
As we move on from our celebrity birthdays, we highlight a little bit of Timberwolves news as we got a game happening tonight for our Timberwolves at 6 p.m. The Timberwolves will be in Orlando going up against that Magic team. Should be an interesting matchup as we hope to push ourselves to 26 and 10, and not the opposite of 25 and 11. As we move on from our Timberwolves, shooting them out a little bit of luck, we got some movies that were released on today.
Absolutely. In 1964, Goldfinger was released.
Ooh, a great James Bond film, one of the most iconic James Bond films, starring Sean Connery as James Bond, probably the most iconic James Bond known.
Absolutely. I can't say that I have seen this movie personally, but I definitely jumped into James Bond a little bit later.
Yeah, you weren't until the Daniel Craig James Bond movies. Next up, we got in 2008, 27 Dresses. This one has a huge fun cast. Just between Katherine Heigl and James Marsden, it's a fun duo, as it's not expected, as those are two very different like upcomings of Hollywood, but for them to both star in a little fun comedy romance, I think it works.
I very much enjoyed it. I thought their banter and the conversations really flowed in this movie, and I think their delivery of it was really well done.
Mhm.
This is one of my personal like early 2000s rom-coms.
Yeah, definitely a good one. 2009, we got Bride Wars.
This is another good
This
one.
one, I don't know if I've seen.
You need to watch it because it's an Anne Hathaway classic,
It's
and
got Kate Studson, Steve Howie, Chris Pratt, lots of fun ones
it's
in there.
so good. Katherine Heigl is engaged to Steve Howie, and then we've got Anne Hathaway who's engaged to Chris Pratt, and it's them as best friends growing up with the same dream wedding, and then they only have one day at their dream location, and so it just fuels this like fire between them,
That's
and
super
chaos
funny.
ensues.
Well, definitely cool on Bride Wars. And last one, this one's a lot more serious. 2009, Gran Torino. This one stars
Clint Eastwood classic.
yeah, Clint Eastwood playing a great
So
grumpy guy, as he
yeah.
does so often.
I was gonna say I wouldn't necessarily call him a great guy in Gran Torino,
No, it's
but
great at acting a grumpy guy.
yes, his acting is really well
You got
done.
Scott Eastwood also in it as well, his son,
Nephew.
nephew, yes. And then you also got some other fun names in there as well. It's a thriller western, and Clint Eastwood, he makes every western as well as action kind of movie into a classic.
Absolutely, that is some awesome stuff. Maybe give one of those movies a watch on today. As we are closing in on the end of this game, though, also on today, if you guys didn't know, on January 9th of 1493, explorer Christopher Columbus is sailing in the Dominican Republic, and he claims to have seen three mermaids, which in reality were manatees, and describes them as not half as beautiful as they.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
That's so funny.
Well, great stuff on Today in History. We got Vikers over at the R Bar taking home $16 on a must-go prize. Make sure you guys stick around for a $109,000 prize available in this game of Lucky 4 Bingo we're getting enrolled to. As you guys get enrolled, I got a player spotlight as WWW over at Katie O'Leary's took home $12,301. And over at Katie O'Leary's, they support the Waseca Hockey Association. Their mission is to provide a competitive hockey program that will develop each player to the maximum of their abilities while having fun.
That is a great charity they supported while playing, a great jackpot they took home, and hopefully you can get one on your pocket as well. Make sure you guys stick around, get enrolled, and remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.